lion versus tiger. For centuries, it's been the ultimate showdown. Who's stronger? Who's deadlier? But here's the twist. The real fight isn't between them, it's against extinction. Tigers, just 5,574 left. Lions, only 20,000 remain. So the real question is, which one disappears first? Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe, because their survival depends on awareness. And this is where it starts. 100 years ago, more than 100,000 tigers prowled Asia. Today, barely 5,500 survive. Lions once ruled Africa in massive numbers. Now just 20,000 remain, and in the last 2 decades alone, their population has collapsed by 43%. These aren't just animals. They're kings carved into our flags, giants written into our myths, living emblems of human history. And yet, they could disappear in our lifetime. So the question isn't who wins the fight, it's who disappears first. Extinction isn't a distant possibility. For lions and tigers, it's already happened, over and over again. Start with the cave lion. 10,000 years ago, it was one of the largest lions ever. Bigger than today's African lion, prowling across Europe and Siberia. Ice Age hunters feared it so much they painted its image inside caves. But when the Ice Age ended and humans spread, the cave lion vanished forever. Then came the American lion, the giant of the Americas. Nearly a quarter larger than modern lions, it stalked mammoths and bison across 2 continents. But within a few thousand years of human arrival, this apex predator was gone, leaving only fossils and bones. The Barbary lion of North Africa. The lions of Roman arenas, the lions of kings. By the 1960s, relentless hunting and deforestation wiped them out in the wild. And then the tigers. The Caspian tiger once stretched from Turkey to western China. Soviet hunting campaigns, deforestation and prey loss drove it to extinction by the 1970s. The Bali tiger, trapped on a small island, was hunted to death by 1937. The Javan tiger, once common in Indonesia, was gone by the 1970s as forests were cleared and poachers moved in. In less than 40 years, 3 tiger subspecies were erased. And it wasn't just lions and tigers. Think of the saber-toothed cat, Smilodon, the Ice Age predator with fangs longer than your hand ruling the Americas for millions of years. It vanished. 10,000 years ago, extinction has hit big cats in waves. Ice Age climate shifts, human expansion, hunting, again and again. And today, the last living lions and tigers are staring down the same fate. The extinction of Caspian, Bali and Javan tigers isn't ancient history, it happened within living memory, and the terrifying part? The tigers we still have are following the same path. The South China tiger is functionally extinct in the wild. No sightings for decades, only about 150 remain in captivity. The Malayan tiger, once 1,000 strong, is now down to fewer than 150 in the wild. That's fewer than the students in a single high school. The Sumatran tiger is the last Indonesian subspecies left. Just 400 survive in scattered rainforest patches, hunted by poachers and trapped in snares every year. The Amur tiger, the so-called comeback story, is fragile too. In the 1940s, there were only 40 left. Today, there are about 500 in Russia and northeast China. A rebound, yes, but one poaching surge or disease outbreak could undo it all. The Indo-Chinese tiger still roams Thailand and Myanmar, but barely. Once spread across Southeast Asia, now only around 350 survive, mostly in isolated mountain forests. And even the Bengal tiger, the most common of all, is not safe. About 3,000 remain in India, Nepal, Bhutan and Bangladesh. That sounds strong, until you remember there were 100,000 tigers worldwide just a century ago. Put it all together, tigers have lost 95% of their historic range. From 100,000 in 1900 to just 5,574 today. That's not a decline. That's a countdown. Tigers aren't alone, lions are collapsing too. A century ago, over 200,000 lions roamed Africa and Asia. Today, just 20,000 survive. A 90% crash in 100 years. And in just the last 21 years, their population dropped by 43%. The West African lion is one of the rarest cats alive. Fewer than 400 remain. scattered across tiny patches in Burkina Faso, Benin, and Niger. Genetically, they're closer to Asiatic lions than other African lions, and they're on the edge of disappearing. The Asiatic lion once stretched from Greece to India. Today, every single one, just 674 lions, lives in India's Gir forest. They've come back from fewer than 20 a century ago, but the risk is huge. One disease, one wildfire, one drought, and they could all be gone. Across Africa, the story splits. In East Africa, Kenya and Tanzania, lions still hold some of their biggest numbers, but even here, human conflict and habitat loss are shrinking them fast. In Southern Africa, countries like Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa have stabilized or even grown their lion populations thanks to strong conservation. But in Central and West Africa, lions are almost ghosts. Tiny, isolated groups clinging to survival. Lions have already disappeared from 26 African countries. They've lost over 90% of their historic range. Yes, lions still outnumber tigers globally, but the cracks are everywhere. The countdown has already begun. So, lions versus tigers, not in a fight, but in survival. Which one is closer to disappearing? Tigers from 100,000 to 5,574 today. 3 subspecies gone. South China, wild extinct. Malayan, under 150. Indo-Chinese tilde 350. Sumatran, around 400. Amur, tilde 3,000. Range lost, 95% gone. Verdict: tigers are in critical danger. Lions, from 200,000 to 20,000 today. West African, fewer than 400. Asiatic, 674 lions all in one forest, extinct in 26 countries, range lost, 90% gone. Verdict: lions are shrinking fast, but not yet as close to the cliff as tigers. The scorecard is clear. Lions are vulnerable, tigers are critical. If nothing changes, tigers will vanish first. So what happens if they vanish? Without tigers, Asia's forests unravel. Deer and wild boar explode in numbers, stripped forests bare and entire ecosystems collapse. Forests that once locked away carbon break down, fueling climate change. Without lions, Africa's savannas change forever. No parades in the grasslands, no roars at night. Prey spiral out of control, overgrazing wrecks the land, and ecosystems fall apart. But the loss isn't just ecological, it's economic. In India, tiger tourism pumps billions into local economies. In Africa, lions are the centerpiece of safaris worth over $30 billion a year. Without them, entire industries and thousands of jobs vanish. And it's psychological too. Humans evolved alongside big cats. They've always been symbols of power, fear, and courage. Lose them and we lose part of our identity. We've already watched the cave lion, the Barbary lion, the Caspian, Javan and Bali tigers vanish. Imagine explaining to future generations, we let the last lions and tigers disappear too. That's not just losing animals, that's losing part of what makes us human. But extinction doesn't have to be the ending. We've seen comebacks. In India, Project Tiger launched in 1973 when Bengal tigers were collapsing. Today, India holds the largest tiger population on Earth, over 3,000 tigers. In Nepal, tigers have tripled since 2010 thanks to military-backed anti-poaching patrols and corridors linking forests. Russia saved the Amur tiger, once just 40 individuals in the 1940s. Strict laws and protection pushed them back up to 500 strong today. Even lions have seen victories. The Asiatic lion has rebounded from fewer than 20 to nearly 700 in Gir forest, the highest in a century. In southern Africa, community conservancies have stabilized populations, proving people and lions can coexist. The message is clear: when humans fight for them instead of against them, lions and tigers can recover. This isn't lions versus tigers, it's humanity versus extinction, and the outcome depends on what we do next. Lions versus tigers, the debate we've had for centuries, but now we know the truth. The real battle isn't tooth versus claw, it's survival versus extinction. Tigers, critical. Lions, vulnerable. Both are running out of time. So here's the challenge. If you could only save one, lions or tigers, which would you choose and why? Drop it in the comments. I'll be reading your answers, and more importantly, share this video. The more people know, the better the chance these animals have. Subscribe for more, because their survival depends on whether we care today.